Hi, I'm Megan with Heart, Mind, Soul, and Strength, and today I am coming to you from my living room, wrapped up on this cold Wednesday morning, and just continuing from last week's blog post. I mentioned that we would be diving into dating, and it might be over the next couple of weeks, it might be a full season. We'll just see what happens, but different topics will be coming your way besides dating. So stay tuned for some recipes that we're excited to do, especially as holidays approach. But for today, going over dating. So, I have been through seasons of dating and taking breaks from it where it's been healthy, where it's been unhealthy, and have learned a lot of hard lessons. So, with that, I am going to apply those lessons and just be very transparent about where I am in dating life and how the dates go, how I'm feeling about myself. That's my big thing this time around is just keeping a check with God and with who He's calling me to be, and if my actions and my mindset and my emotions are matching that. So, part of it is that I've really taken a big step back to look, as a business owner, as a woman, and dating in today's world, just what that looks like. I realized that as a business owner, I am pouring so much of my time into working. And honestly, to the point where it's not healthy in some ways. And it's very easy to get wrapped up in that. And even our society encourages that. And I'm here to not fit the mold, but to hopefully set a new standard because that's what God's calling us to. Not to fit into the world and live as their standards, but to live by His. And His ways are so much higher than our own. And I'm really grateful for that because He makes life that much more wild and fun and even lighthearted. Like even in hard times, He makes it lighthearted, and that's something I'm really trying to stick true to. But being a woman in today's world where equality is such a hot topic and a battle that's going on right now. So while believing in equality is a great thing, and I do believe in it, it's also matching it to the Bible. Um, God really does have our roles as women defined out there, and men for you, He has them defined as well. And I love looking through it because He didn't call either one of us to be wimps. He's really raising up an army, and He calls us to be strong and disciplined and loving. And we don't often think of loving to be paired with disciplined and strong. But I love a God that can be both, and He is. So, what that means to be a woman in the dating world. And I think we have a lot to learn from the old school principles that we've dismissed as being old school and not relevant anymore. But take a look at Elizabeth Elliot. Her book, Passion and Purity, is incredible. It's empowering. So, women, if you're out there, read it. Men, I would encourage you to read it too, just to get insight to a woman. And I think it's good to try to understand the opposite gender so that you can date in the healthiest way. Excuse me. But when I first heard the title Passion and Purity, I was like, I don't know about that. I was just thinking like purity rings and that whole late 90s phase that was going on there. But it really is awesome to hear it, what she has to say. And she's just very direct and blunt, and I respond very well to that. So I appreciated it. But one of the lines that came from that book that just really resonated with me is that she said, "A man will be as much of a gentleman as you require." I absolutely love that. So we're going to take a look in future videos of how to set boundaries, not control, but to set your own personal boundaries and knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, and how to incorporate those into your boundaries. Yet still have fun and be lighthearted on dates. Um, we're going to look at dating apps They're huge right now. They're so popular and have been for a good amount of time, but so many are starting to pop up. And so we're going to take a look at them. Also, we're going to look at meeting people in person. That's not impossible now. We're so hidden behind social media and technology. We're bold when it comes to texting something out, but how are we when we're in person? Are you able to put yourself out there and just meet new people organically instead of it being through a forced way or um, behind the curtain of social media? We're going to look at setting expectations. Um, what that means exactly. Yes, having standard is a great thing, but throwing so many expectations onto dating can be dangerous. I mean, there's so much pressure that we put on from date one, and that's not the point of it. Date one is just to get to know the guy or the girl. Um, there's no need to get yourself so worked up and build up that anxiety. Um, and it honestly just may not work out, and that's okay. You have a date, it works out, it doesn't, you move to the next date. Get to know more than one guy or girl. Um, don't put all of your eggs in one basket, kind of thing. So, setting expectations, setting standards, and what that looks like exactly. Even we'll explore some outfits and makeup and just really have fun and be a total girl about it. But um, we're just going to see what happens. I'll be as transparent as I feel like is appropriate, and just will bring you along on these dates this season, and we're gonna have some fun with it. Mainly, though, we're going to keep God at the center of it. Um, I've had seasons where that wasn't my focus. I mean, it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I would really say I started my relationship with God, not just knowing who He is and that He saved me. And um, I've been saved since I was in fifth grade, but having a relationship with Him is totally different. And so I'm excited for Him to be the foundation of my relationships going forward. Um, so I love that He is a God that created all of this, and He wants us to enjoy it, and He even gave us the playbook on how to enjoy it in a healthy way that gives life instead of takes it. So stay tuned, and I will keep you posted. Have a good one.